Hello kids. So we are on the third chapter, section C, that is a ship on fire at sea. Okay. Now this chapter, a ship on fire at sea, it is the story which has been abridged from the story of the Skellings, okay, written by an English poet and novelist, Jean Ingelow. So now this lady Jean, she had written this story. Now let's see what's there. So as it goes by the name, there's a lot of adventure and sort of tragedy also that happens. That a ship that is there on the sea, among the high tides, it catches fire, and then we have this lady who very insightfully, narrates the whole story, how it was an adventure for the people who were on the yacht aboard, that she was there. Okay, so this girl, she begins with something that there was a lot of commotion on the boat. Okay, she was there on the yacht, and on her boat there was a lot of commotion, and she just is trying to figure out that what exactly, why are people running here and there, and why is there so much of noise and hustle bustle all around, why are people just moving here and there, what are they talking about? So she gets to know that there is something that is going on. When she sees that there is something, I'm like, the view was very amazing for her. When she sees that afar there is the pale moon, big moon that is there. Okay, it was about to set, okay, meet the horizon, and then next to it was equally big ball, a red big ball of fire. Okay, and that was really amazing for her. She did not know what exactly it was and what it was. Okay, so she wanted to know what it was. She ran towards uh, the place where there was the people were rushing here and there, so they were just wanting to know what exactly had happened. As soon as she goes there, she sees that there is a ship that had caught fire, okay, that was very close to their boat, their yacht. Okay, and people from their ship, from their yacht, they were going to save the people who were there on the ship. So this girl Jean, who has written the chapter, who has narrated the chapter, she says that her brother, his name is Tom, he also goes down. In fact, he leads the team. There were two lifeboats that were put down into the sea, okay, so that they could go to the ship that had caught fire, and these people, they could go there and save the people who were there on that ship. So this girl, her brother, he is there, he is leading the whole crew, the two boats, the people who are there on the two boats, and he is taking them, he is guiding them to that ship. So now when she sees this, she's really worried, because she feels that she knows that he is the only brother that she has. In fact, maybe there was nobody else in the family, so she knew that he was the only person she had uh, in the family, so she did not want to lose him. So now she is worried what's going on. So when she sees all this, now she is there on her yacht, the brother is gone to save other people at the burning ship. Okay, now in this story, she narrates, she explains that how adventurous it was to see a ship that was burning, that caught fire, and a big mass of of fire. Okay, it was just blazing in the ocean, in the sea, in the tides of the sea. Okay, so she sees that there is a lot of fire. Okay, it's spurting out from every crevice, every narrow edge of what we say, every narrow opening from the ship, and there are blazing spurting and overlapping fire blazes, flames up in the air, and she is saying that it's a horrible view. Okay, it's like it is a very adventurous view, but because it's fire, it's even horrible. Okay, and it was more horrible and terrible for Jean because her brother had gone there to the ship to save other people. So the dazzling spires, they were rising up in the high sky, and the the ship had broken apart. Okay, it had broken apart in a way that the mizzen mast, the main mast, and the foremast, they were all almost damaged. Okay, then there were the riggings, the sails, all these things, they had caught fire. Some had not, and almost half the ship had caught fire. Slowly, gradually, as soon as time passed, the ship started burning even more rigorously. Okay, and now the scene was that the the moon had set down. There was no moon in the sky because the moon had gone down. Okay, and it was only this uh, the fire of this the ship, the burning ship, that was giving so much of light, that was emitting so much of light. This was the only source of light left in the sea. Okay, so you just imagine what sort of a massive ball of fire it must have been. Okay, for everybody to see. Yes, the flames, they were rising higher and higher, and they were becoming more fierce. Okay, then the huge shaking, what we say, these flames, they were just they were trying to, take everything in themselves. The flames, the shaking, the shivering flames, they were taking everything in themselves, and slowly, gradually, they see that the whole ship burns down to ashes. Okay, ashes, obviously not exactly proper ash, because there's water and there's in the sea. Okay, so this whole sea, it engulfs the entire ship. This big ship that had caught fire, it goes down in the sea. The whole ship goes down in the sea, and all of a sudden there is complete darkness. It's dark, black sea now. Okay, why? Because the ship that had caught fire, it had sunk inside. There are still some hissing sounds, and after some time, all of a sudden, there's a huge blowing up. Okay, a huge sound, a thunderous sound, and the ship blows up heavily because of the fire that is there inside it, and finally it goes down in the sea, in the desolate dark sea again. Okay, now this girl, she is very much worried, and she has a steward, and she is talking to him that what do you think, will the people come back? Or and she's more worried, she's bothered about the boats. Why? Because Tom is there inside the one of the boats. Okay, and he's leading the boats. So she tells the steward she has nobody to talk to now. Okay, she's left alone. So she is talking to the steward, and she says, what do you think, or what must have happened? Are they going to come back soon or not? So he says, yes, definitely, but you should not worry about them. So now, because the steward has said all this, so she feels, talking to herself, now she is thinking that whether the two boats, they are still there. So she really hoped that they were still there. Okay, and but she had other thoughts also. She had this thought that what if it had gone down with the sea, with the ship in the sea, or what if a wave would have taken it down? Okay, so she did not know anything. Or what if the boats had caught fire or something? She had no clue, because there was no sign of the boats coming back. Even when the entire thing was finished, the ship had gone down, the sea was dark, but the two boats were not visible. They were not in the vicinity anymore. After some time, when it was about, so she was just waiting for the dawn. Okay, dawn is time when the sun rises. Okay, so she was waiting for the dawn, and she was just waiting that when will the light come, when will there be a light, and how are we going to be able to trace the two boats, because she wanted her brother anyhow back to her. So she is very much worried. She cannot talk to anybody. Thinks she has all sorts of thoughts in her mind. And when she was just thinking that how long will I have to wait more, and suddenly she sees that there are two tiny lights that she could see in the sea. So this was a ray of hope that she had. So she quickly got up and tried to put all her eyes that she could to those two little lights. As soon as the two lights approached nearer to the sea, she finally, took that breath of relief, complete relief, that finally she knew that her brother was back. So, as soon as they come back, all the people at the yacht, at the uh, narrator's yacht, they were all very happy. Tom comes back, Jean is very happy, and now the uncle, he's also very happy. He says that how many people did you save? So he says we could save only one person. There was nobody else that we could save. So finally, Jean is happy that her brother is back, and this was the adventurous and one of the things that I think nobody would ever forget if somebody sees a thing like this. Yes, for example, there's a movie, The Burning Train. So just imagine if you see an accident like this, that something is blazing with fire, and uh, people are not able to control it. Uncontrollable fire is always uncontrollable. Yes, so this was one adventure that happened at the sea. A ship caught fire, and this girl, she had she thought that she might lose her brother, but finally she has him back, and she's very happy about it. So, if you have any queries, I hope you must have understood the chapter. If you have any queries, any questions, you can put down in the comment box. And please do like, share, and subscribe the channel. Thank you. Have a nice day. Goodbye.